What up guys, it is Justice here and welcome to a new video on this channel. This video is going to go through the patches to raids which came into play on Monday, the recent Monday just gone. Now, a lot of you guys might not be aware of the different things that have been going on with Yakamaru in terms of different methods in order to make the fight easier. And there's nothing wrong with using those methods over the past month because it's in the game. They're essentially just mechanics and people have worked out smart ways to overcome certain roles within Yakamaru and make the boss fight easier. Now, it has taken Jagex a very long time to patch these, and to be honest, the length of time that Jagex took to patch this allowed more people to use these mechanics. At the end of the day, it's not the player's faults at all in order to use these mechanics. It's in the game. My personal opinion on it is you might as well use it. It's in the game. They haven't patched it yet, but they finally have got around to patching it. It should have been done way earlier, but they finally patched a few mechanics. Now, I'll tell you what was going on with Yakamaru over the past month, and essentially there was a thing called distance tanking, where you could have one person, instead of one person base tanking Yakamaru, you'd have a person who was far out, and there were certain spots on each pool where that base tank could stand, and they would have Yakamaru evoked onto them, and therefore Yakamaru, because he couldn't actually inflict any damage on that person, he would just stun out basically. He would just be stun blocked, and the way you would stun block Yakamaru is by overloading Yakamaru with lots of dread nips. So that's where the saying has came from in terms of nip up and nip out, get your nips out. So people in the team, 10 people in the team, as many people as possible who have got dread nips will unleash the dread nips onto Yakamaru, and that will essentially like stun block Yakamaru. And whilst there was a distance tank, that distance tank just had to come in and out of the battle every couple of seconds, every few seconds, just to keep Yakamaru aggroed on that person. And that was a way that people were overcoming the boss fight and making it a lot easier, making it smoother, because whilst Yakamaru was stun blocked, the DPSs could literally just soul split. So yeah, that was a very common method used across many teams throughout RuneScape, throughout the RuneScape community, and it's took Jagex a very long time to patch it. At the end of the day, it's not the player's fault using that method because it's been in the game for a while now. Raids have been out for a long time, and I'm very surprised it took them so long to patch it. So they finally patched it, which is a good thing because now it makes the boss more of a challenge. So now you do have to have a base tank, and the DPSs do have to play range and devo and debilitate, and you need healers again now more often. You can still use dreadnips, which do still help, which is fantastic. Dreadnips do still help stall those special attacks, so Yakamaru won't do the special attacks as frequently, but it's still pretty tough on the base tank. And the way they patched it, essentially Yakamaru now switches targets like every 20 seconds, so the base tank has a lot more to do now. The base tank needs to evoke Yakamaru back onto him or her every 20 seconds, otherwise the DPSs get damaged a heck of a lot. Quicksand phase is now back to how it used to be, or how it should be. It's a lot harder. Probably the quicksand phase is probably one of the hardest phases to do. And of course the tentacle pool as well, with the tentacles coming out. Base tank now has to make sure they barricade all the time now, and just be careful that it isn't evoked on the DPSs at that time. Now, patching the boss has fixed distance tanking, but in the process they seem to have broken another part of the boss fight now. And essentially the thing which is wrong with the boss fight, whilst I was raiding with viewers, it all comes down to the poison. So at 100k life points within each special pool, Yakamaru will release a poison, and it will create a detonation symbol on the ground. That detonation symbol, a person dedicated needs to go in within that detonation symbol to collect the poison, then go within melee distance of Yakamaru, and then the team DPSs Yakamaru down to 0 life points, and Yakamaru absorbs the poison. Now, with that, yesterday whilst raiding with viewers, the poison was released at 160,000 life points, not 100k. It actually released at 160k, and when it released it, the poison was within a destination that was unobtainable. The target was unreachable. It was actually in between melee distance and actually where Yakamaru was, so there's no way of actually standing within the detonation symbol. So that was a glitch right there. It actually was released at 160k life points. Another time, another kill straight afterwards, it released the poison, and again destination was unreachable because it was not within melee distance. It was actually really close to Yakamaru, almost underneath Yaka, and we literally could not get onto it. Now, I don't know whether there's a way of getting onto it. You know, I've only did a few kills yesterday, but I know there's a glitch right there in terms of it was released at 160k life points, which straight away that should not happen. from previous experience. But anyway, I thought I'd share that glitch with you, and that, you know, they fixed distance tanking, but now it seems to have incurred some other issues now whilst they've coded it. And if you guys have came across any other glitches with the boss since the patch on Monday, feel free to release those down below, because it'd be really helpful for everybody. Make sure to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy raiding.